Mic test, mic test. Hi, hello. Welcome to another episode of Seth Stuff. My name is Seth. This is actually a continuation of the last two episodes that I did about bank repossessed cars. In the last two episodes, I featured some bank repossessed cars for sale, actually from Rcbc. Rcbc Bank, that is. And I also discussed the pros and cons in buying a repossessed car. Why would you buy a repossessed car? When to buy a repossessed car? And then also I discussed about the things that you need to do if you are conducting due diligence or when you're expecting bank repossessed cars. So before buying one, what do you have to do? What do you need to inspect in a car, in a second-hand car, that is? So now for this third part of my blog, I will be discussing on the process on how to buy a bank repossessed car. Okay, so just a disclaimer, I will be just discussing with you the sales mechanics or the process in buying bank repossessed cars ng RCBC Bank, because I'm only familiar with the process for RCBC. Although somehow I think almost the same din mga processes ng mga ibang banks. Okay? Kasi marami nagtatanong sa akin from the last two episodes that I did about bank repossessed cars, kung ano yung process in buying a repossessed cars from the bank. Is it as simple as, if I have cash, do I just have to pay cash at kaliwaan na yun? Pagkabigay ko ng cash, can I automatically pull out the unit? Can I bring home the unit agad? Well, the answer for that is no. May process ang mga bangko. So, eto nga. So, isa-isahin natin yung mga process nito because may mga different disposal schemes din ang mga bank. So, sa case ng RCBC, the first time they release or publish a listing of repossessed cars, dinadaan muna nila ito sa tinatawag na sealed bidding or public auction. So, ano ba itong sealed bidding na ito? So, pag sinabi mong sealed bidding, it is a form of public auction wherein in order for the bank to award the unit to you, you have to win the bidding first. So, dito, you have to fill out a bid form, and dun sa bid form na yon, isusulat nyo ang unit na gusto nyong bilhin at saka yung bid amount, your preferred bid amount. So, sa listing ng RCBC kasi, sa kanilang regular sealed bidding, bawat unit ay may katumbas na minimum bid price or starting bid price. Ito yung tinatawag na floor price. So, for example, if yung starting bid price ng isang sasakyan is 500,000 pesos at saka gusto mo bilhin yung sasakyan na yan, you should bid for that unit. Sa bid form, isusulat nyo po doon any amount that should not be lower than the starting bid price. So, for example, in our example, kung 500,000 pesos ang minimum bid price, dapat yung amount na ilalagay nyo doon ay should be the same or higher. Kasi pag sakaling naglagay kayo ng any amount that is lower than the minimum bid price, then automatically disqualify ang inyong bid. So, question, where do we get the bid form? You can go to the website of RCBC, which is www.rcbc.com/rcbccarsforsale, at saka scroll down lang kayo sa page, makikita nyo po doon yung mga download forms. Click on it, download it from your computer or from your smartphone, and then from there you have to print it out and yun, fill out the bid form, make sure that you sign it, and make sure that you also print out the second page of the bid form, which is the rules in sealed bidding. You also have to print out the rules in sealed bidding page and sign on it. Kasi very strict ang RCBC. Pag sakaling hindi mo pinirmahan yung first page at ang second page, automatically madi-disqualify ang iyong bid. And just to continue, after filling out and signing the bid form and the rules in sealed bidding, you have to place both pages in a sealed envelope, seal the envelope and sign on the flap. Okay, then you have to submit it to the following designated drop boxes. For the zone units, send it to Rcbc Ropa Auto Sales Department, ATY Center BGC Taguig City, and for Visayas and Mindanao units, please send it to Ropa Auto Sales Department, 4th floor RCBC Escario Building and Escario Street, Barangay, Capital City, Cebu City. You cannot send your sealed bid via email kasi sealed bid nga siya. Kung sakaling pinadala mo siya via email, masisilip na yung bid mo. So, but I know some other banks are allowing that. They allow the bidders to submit the accomplished bid forms via email. Pero for the case of RCBC, hindi. You really have to submit the hard copy, the sealed bid itself, doon sa designated drop box. Yun nga, sa ATY Center at saka sa Cebu office nila. Yeah. So, not necessarily you have to do it by yourself in the flesh. Meaning to say, you don't really have to be there personally to do that. You can get a courier to do it for you. You may get the service of LBC o di kaya ng Lalamove, Grab Express. Yun, pwede yun. Just make sure that you submit your sealed bid on or before the given deadline. Kasi may deadline of submission of bid. And kasi meron din schedule for the opening of bids. So itong sealed bid is very different sa tinatawag natin na open bidding. Kasi sa open bidding, ito yung, tataas ka ng kamay. Mayroong auctioneer, tapos yung auctioneer, mabilis na babanggitin niya yung mga bid amount ng unit na, I'm sure napapadod mo yun, di ba? Like for example, okay, minimum bid price starting at 500,000 pesos. Okay, 510,000, 515,000 pesos, and then pag sakaling bet mo yung bid amount, then you have to raise your hand. Tapos maghihintay ka kung sakaling merong other bidder na gusto mag-compete sa bid mo. And of course, the unit will be awarded to the highest bidder. Sa case ng ibang banks, meron silang tinatawag na buy now or spot cash. So, ano to? So, sa listahan nila, they have a column for all the units that they are selling. Then, they have a column for the starting bid price. And then, another column for buy now or spot cash. So, what is the difference between a starting bid price and a spot cash? So, ganito yun. Yung starting bid price is usually lower than the amount of the buy now or spot cash. So yung buy now or spot cash is always higher than the starting bid price. Kasi kung sakaling gusto mo talaga yung unit pero ayaw mo na sumali sa sealed bid, you can actually opt for the buy now. Kasi mas mataas yung presyo, bibilhin mo siya. So automatically, pag sakaling kumagat ka sa presyo ng buy now, ipo-pull out na yung unit at saka i-award na directly sa'yo. So, hindi mo na kailangan mag-participate sa sealed bid. Yun. So, ganun yun. Sa case ni RCBC, wala silang buy now or spot cash. Talagang sasali ka sa sealed bidding event nila. So, what happens after the opening of the sealed bids? So lahat ng mga remaining units or unsold units from the sealed bidding, they will be now put into the post-auction sale. So yung RCBC, meron silang tinatawag na post-auction sale. So ito nga yung saan lahat ng mga unsold units from the previous sealed bidding will be now sold in public via first come first served basis. So no need to bid, no bid required. Kasi tapos na yung bidding, kaya nga post auction. So here are the steps in buying a car from the post auction sale sa RCBC. Okay. Well, number one, you have to select a car first from the listing. So get the listing from the website of RCBC, and then once na may napili ka doon na unit na gusto mong bilhin, you have to conduct your own due diligence first. So by that I mean you have to physically inspect the unit at the warehouse to ascertain its condition, because the bank is selling all the units on an as-is where-is basis. Yun. So meaning to say, what you see is what you get. Kung pag may basag dyan sa bintana, may dent yung harap ng sasakyan, hindi na ito i-repair ng bank. Ikaw ang bahala na mag-repair nito kung gusto mo. Basta yun, as is where is. Ganun siya. Okay, so that's why it's really important for you to inspect the unit, because these cars that the bank is selling are not brand new cars. Ito yung mga hinatak na. So, meron to mga previous owners. Aside from that, you should also check the status of the unit, or check the condition of the unit with LTO. There are so many ways on how to check the condition or the status of the unit with LTO. But I guess the most convenient and fastest one is for you to use LTO SMS verification process. So, madali lang to. Gamit ang iyong cellphone, you just have to type LTO space vehicle space the plate number of the unit that you want to buy and send it to 2600. Ganun lang. Okay? And then, after mo i-send yung message na yon, you will receive an auto reply telling you about the last registration date of the unit, plus all the details about the unit, as well as if there are any apprehensions, violations, or penalties. Yan. So at least aware ka, you know what you're buying. Kasi mahirap na kasi pag sakaling binili mo itong repossessed cars na to, mahirap na i-refund. And as far as I know, wala nang bawian to. If you purchase a bank repossessed car and you find out in the future na may something na hindi mo nagustuhan, hindi mo na pwede isauli sa bangko. Especially sa part ni RCBC, may hihingan sila na confirmation from you that you have conducted due diligence on the unit and you are 100% aware of the condition of the unit and you know what you're buying. So something like that. So yun. So after natin mag-conduct ng due diligence on the unit, then that's the time you will have to email your intent to buy to the bank. So kay RCBC, send your intent to buy via email to carsforsale@rcbc.com. Now there's a simple template that you have to follow. The subject of your email should be intent to buy space the plate number of the unit, and in the body you have to put there information about the unit, such as the plate number, the brand, the variant, even of course including the selling price of the unit, and then your information as well, like your full name, your mobile number, your residence address, and your mode of payment. Would you like it would you like to pay in cash or would you like to pay through RCBC Auto Loan? Yes, pwede mong i-finance o i-loan yung mga second-hand cars, itong mga repossessed cars. Pero sa RCBC lang, di sila papayag sa ibang banks or other financial institution. And lastly, you also have to include in your intent to buy if your confirmation that you have inspected the unit physically at the warehouse, and if your confirmation if you have already checked the condition of the unit with LTO. So if there's any information that you missed out from what I have just mentioned to you, then your intent to buy will not push through. RCBC will reply informing you to complete sending the details that are required, and only then they will be able to process your intent to buy. And since paunahan nga to, then mas mabuti na sumunod ka sa instructions. Make sure na i-complete mo lahat ng information na hinihingi ng bank upon sending your intent to buy. Kasi syempre, yung consider ni bank ay i-process yung mga intent to buy na complete ang information. Okay, next, what happens after you email your intent to buy to carsforsale@rcbc.com? Okay, then you have to wait for the reply of RCBC. So in my case, when I sent my intent to buy via email, I got a reply from them within 2 hours. And from there, malalaman mo kung awarded ang unit sa'yo, hindi. Kasi kung sakaling ikaw yung nauna na mag-send ng intent to buy for the unit that you want, and at the same time complete yung information na binigay mo sa kanila, then you will receive a notice of award. So, ano tong notice of award? Ito lang yung panghahawakan mo para makapagbayad ka sa sasakyan. Kasi without a notice of award, you cannot go directly to the bank and pay for the unit. You cannot go to RCBC, to any RCBC branch to apply for an auto loan kasi hihingan ka nga ng notice of award. Yun. So, dun rin sa notice of award, nakalagay din doon na a designated account officer from the bank will contact you to walk you through on the process or the next steps. So, ano tong next steps na ito? So, yun nga. May mag-i-email sa iyo na account officer. So, yung account officer na yun will be your best friend. Kasi siya yung magtuturo sa iyo, siya mag-guide sa iyo kung paano yung payment process. So, yeah, after the notice of award, you will be asked to settle a reservation fee of 25,000 pesos. So, yung 25,000 pesos, again, reservation fee ito. Kasi that reservation fee will hold the unit for you as long as 5 banking days. So meaning to say, within 5 banking days, dapat nakapagbayad ka na ng buo. Dapat na-settle mo na yung full payment of the unit. That is if your preferred mode of payment is cash. But if your preferred mode of payment is financing or RCBC auto loan, then dapat within 5 banking days, nakapag-apply ka na sa branch ng auto loan. Ngayon, sa part ni RCBC auto loan, pag sakaling na-disapprove ka sa loan application mo, pwedeng ibalik ni bank o i-refund naman ni RCBC yung binayad mo na 25,000 pesos. But kung sakaling na-approve ka sa loan, but you change your mind, meaning to say na hindi mo na ipupush through ang pagbili ng unit, then mapo-forfeit na ang 25,000 pesos na binayad mo as reservation. Ganun din pag cash. Kung sakaling nagbayad ka ng 25,000 pesos as reservation, tapos within 5 days, nagbago ka ng isip na, di ko na lang bibili yung unit na yan, then mapo-forfeit na ang 25,000 pesos. Pero, kung sakaling nag-push through ka naman, yung 25,000 pesos na reservation fee na binayad mo, that will, be part of your payment. So, ikakaltas nila yung 25,000 pesos sa total selling price. Or sa part ng car loan, i-deduct yung 25,000 pesos sa down payment. Now, let's say nabayaran mo na ng buo in cash yung unit, or in the case of sa Rcbc auto loan, nabayaran mo na ang required down payment, then you will have to wait for 3 to 5 banking days for the bank to issue you a gate pass. So, pag na-receive mo yung gate pass, pwede ka na pumunta sa warehouse to pick up the unit. Pwede mo nang i-bring home yung unit sa inyo. So, that's it. Ganun siya. Okay. Meron din also tinatawag na car lot sale ang mga banks. Sa case ni Rcbc, ang car lot sale, nangyayari ito pag sakaling marami pang mga units ang natira after the post-auction sale. So, ang car lot sale is actually on a per need basis. Hindi siya regular na nangyayari gaya ng regular sealed bidding at saka post-auction sale. Yung car lot sale, the management's discretion to kung gusto nila magkaroon ng car lot sale event. So, it's on a per need basis. So, sa experience ko with Rcbc, itong mga remaining units ng bank from the post-auction sale, dinidivide siya into different lots ng bank. So, by this I mean may lot 1, lot 2, lot 3, lot 4, and so forth. So, yung isang lot, it ranges usually mga 10 units per lot, but sometimes umaabot ng up to 15 units per lot. So, it really depends on the volume of the cars that the bank is selling. So, ang composition ng per lot is very varied. Well mixed siya. So, may sedan, may SUV, may van. So, halo-halong type of units. And at the same time, halo-halo din yung kanyang unit condition. So, meaning to say, mayroong mga units na fair, may mga iba na excellent ang condition, at saka mayroon din mga units na poor ang condition. So, yun. So, talagang pinag-aralan yung ng bank, yung mix ng per lot. Ang maganda dito sa car lot sale is that since you are going to buy all the units in the lot, kasi bundled na nga siya, mababa, very low na ang bibigay na selling price ng bank. Because ito na po yung mga remaining units from the post-auction sale, and since you're going to buy the entire lot, the discount that the bank may give you will range from, I think up to 20% or even 30%. So, I mean talagang mababa na yung very attractive na yung magiging price. But the catch is you cannot buy a solo unit. You have to buy the entire lot. So, this car lot sale is really intended for businesses such as those who have a car dealership business or yung mga nagbabuy and sell. So let me just add this up. Yung mga things not to do when buying bank repossessed cars. So actually, meron lang naman akong tatlong naisip. Well, number one, which I think is pretty obvious, is that not conducting due diligence. So, meaning to say, ito lagi paulit-ulitan lang ako dito. Lagi ko ito na-mention in the past 2 episodes that I did. If you're going to buy a repossessed car, make sure to conduct due diligence. Kasi mahirap na talaga eh. Kung once na nabili mo na nga ang unit, mahirap na i-dispute na i-return to, isauli ito kung sakaling meron kang na-discover na something negative about the unit. So, from the onset pa lang, talagang kilitasin mo na. Kung sakaling meron kang di nagustuhan, then decide kung if you want to push it through or if you want to get it, is mababa yung yung price, tapos papaayos mo na lang. So, mga ganun decision. But just make sure to conduct due diligence. Okay, I cannot stress more. Then, second thing not to do when buying a repossessed car, this one applies if you're joining a sealed bidding. Because there are bidders nang ginagawa nila, nagbibid sila sa lahat ng unit. Ngunit, isa o dalawa lang pala ang bibilhin nila. Alam mo yon, naniniguro sila na meron silang mapapanalunan na unit. So, ang ginagawa nila, sabihin natin, gusto ko bumili ng Toyota Vios. Sa listahan ng sealed bidding, sabihin natin, merong 10 binibentang Toyota Vios. Ang ginagawa ng ibang bidders na hindi pa knowledgeable about the process is nagbibid sila sa bawat Vios. So, kung 10 Vios, meron silang sealed bid for 10 Vios cars as well. Ang nangyayari, paano kung sakaling nanalo sila sa 10 na Vios? Pero ang pera lang niya pala is good enough to buy for 1 Vios. So, what will happen? Sa case ni Rcbc, may sanction. Mangyayari niyan, may penalty ang hindi mo pagkuha sa mga units na award sa iyo. So most probably na may penalty kang babayaran para mabili mo ang isang Vios na nagustuhan mo. Pero sa ibang banks, I don't know kung paano yung sanctions nila, pero I heard it could be banning you from joining another sales activity of the bank. So yun, kung sakaling sasali ka sa isang sealed bidding event, kung ano lang yung sasakyan na gusto mo bilhin, yun lang ang salihan mo. Wag mo salihan lahat and wish na meron kang mapanalunan doon. So this third one is actually the same as the second one, which is submitting multiple intent to buy during the post-auction sale. Sa post-auction sale of Rcbc, di ba nga, first come, first served basis na. Ang ginagawa naman ng iba, nagsisend sila ng intent to buy emails nila sa lahat ng units na nagustuhan nila. Tapos pag na-award naman sa kanila ang mga units, isa lang pala yung kukunin nila. So, missed opportunity sa part ng bank. Kasi once na na-award na ang units sa iyo, ang gagawin ng bank is hindi na nila ibebenta yung units sa iba. Okay? Pero, yung pala, hindi mo naman pala bibilihin. So, missed opportunity sa part ng bank. So, mangyayari niyan, posible na patawan ka ng penalty. Imbis na makamura ka nga, nabaliwala din kasi meron kang penalty na babayaran in return sa ginawa mong pag-send ng multiple intent to buy. So, again, lesson of the story here is that kung sakaling meron kang unit na gusto bilhin, yun lang ang papadalhan mo ng offer or intent to buy. So, I guess that's it for now. Medyo mahaba na rin itong vlog na to. I hope may mga natutunan kayo. So, as a summary, we talked about the different sales disposals of Rcbc, which most likely ito rin yung ginagawa ng mga ibang banks. I explained to you the mechanics or how to join a sealed bidding event sa Rcbc. And I also explained to you the post-auction sale, which is ito yung mga natirang units from the sealed bid na ibebenta ngayon ng bank on a first-come, first-served basis, no bid required. And I also discussed here as well, for me, yung mga not to do when buying a bank repossessed cars. So, I hope you enjoyed this vlog of mine, and I hope nakatulong ako. Meron kayong mga natutunan dito sa vlog na to. So, yeah. Until next vlog of mine, see you around and take care of yourselves. Okay, this is Seth. Thank you for watching Seth Stop. At saka pag di pa kayo nakapag-subscribe sa channel ko, please do subscribe. Thank you. Bye. Ciao.